So I'm the parish priest at Christ Church St. James Anglican Church, which is located on Parklawn Road, close to the Queensway. And we're not a large congregation, but lots of people say, and it's true, we punch above our weight. And in fact, we were nominated for the best food bank in the service to a community. And we came in second of 170. Really proud of that nomination. And we are well established as a food bank, but a gift of $5,000 would go a long way to supporting our efforts here.
This parish serves a community where most of the households are renters in either older low-rises or newer high-rises in an area where the median rents are amongst the highest in the city of Toronto. For the majority of these households, both families and singles, they are spending more than 50% of their income on housing. So for them, housing is not merely unaffordable, they are in severe housing need. We're organizing with other denominations and with agencies in the area to advocate for both affordable housing and supportive housing in this neighborhood. But that is a long and slow process. In the meantime, families and singles are having to make the choice between paying rent and putting food on the table. And this situation has not changed since this food bank started back in the 1990s.
Christ Church St. James Food Pantry is open 3 times a month, the last 2 Wednesdays and the second Saturday of every month. Food insecurity has been a problem since the pre-pandemic. The numbers of people attending food banks has increased substantially. In our food bank, it's no exception. We have one of the greatest increases we've had in a long time.
In pre-pandemic times, on each open day, the number of client households attending was between 67 and 75. Clients entered the food bank and made selections from the food available. Clients also had the opportunity to sit and have tea with a bowl of soup and some sandwich. At Christmas time, clients could enter the toy mountain room and select gifts for their children from a range of new toys, games, and books. They also had grocery gift cards which enabled them to purchase food of their choice. Local schools and community group held food drives that augmented the types of food available. During the pandemic, these donations fell, and increasingly more food must be purchased to meet the needs of food pantry families.
In March 2020, the Emergency COVID Food Act has been evoked, and that's when our food bank pivoted. Many of our senior volunteers did not come out, and that left us a shortage of volunteers. We had to fill baskets of food and hand it to clients outside on our patio because they weren't allowed inside. And we developed a team of people to deliver food to those people who were shut-ins and COVID challenged. From February 2020 to August 22, our numbers have increased on average from 70 people attending our food bank to 125 people attending our food bank. This works out to well over 100%.
Our food bank clients are now entering the building to get their food. In order to keep them from being too close to each other, We've gone to an appointment basis for people coming into the food bank each time. In the last month, each of the times we've been open, we've had more than 140 appointments. And that's an increase from pre-pandemic days of 108%, so more than double the number of people coming into the food bank. And many of them are new families, and many of the new families, about 90%, are Ukrainian. Now the impact of the new families is quite significant, and in the last month we've had 24 new families come to the food bank. And the impact, as I said, is quite substantial in terms of the amount of money that we have to spend to have food available for them, over and above what the Daily Bread provides us, and over and above what local initiatives and local food drives are able to raise. So we're spending $3,800 each month on food, and this has quadrupled our budget. So we indeed are stretched. We've noticed that many of the families coming to the food bank now are from working households where the income is not sufficient to cover the rising cost of rent and food. In fact, a recent study done in southern Etobicoke, in the area that most of our clients come from, and the study indicated that something close to 75% of the respondents indicated that they are spending more than 30% of their income on their housing. And 30% is considered the level that is acceptable. So in the rest of Toronto, instead of being 3/4 of people responding that way, less than 50% of people responded in that fashion. Now, a single person living in Toronto these days needs to earn something like $79,000 to live an affordable life. We know that food charities like our own food bank are not going to be able to address the root causes of the food security situation. This can only happen if there is some linkage between the social assistance level or the wage level and the rising cost of inflation. And if these two are not linked in some fashion, then the food crisis is going to continue and probably even worsen.
So we pray that our efforts at the food bank will bring relief to so many who are hungry. I know that we've had more and more Ukrainian refugees, for instance, and I'm so glad that we're here to be able to help them get established in Canada under very difficult circumstances. But we are happy to bless anyone who needs help with food. And we're also praying and working towards advocacy so that we could put ourselves out of business. But until that time, $5,000 would be wonderful help as we seek to bring relief and joy and some hope to people's lives, giving them healthy and substantial food gifts.